Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of Eye of the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, King Deer, Lord Frey, Grim Clover, Internet Blood Sports, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. There's no reason to complain about the PS5 in 2022. It's a dead platform. It's never coming back. Microsoft has acquired all the third-party support. There's really nothing they can do to keep themselves relevant. Honestly, like I expect like Microsoft is going to push a subscription service, and I think Nintendo is going to become the default platform of choice for gamers everywhere. While Steam is a niche thing that only fucking nerds use. So I I fully expect PlayStation is going to be like a shell of its former self in the next 10 years. I would argue that started like a decade ago, but people really are that feeling, that sentiment I had back in 2013 when I was playing all these big PlayStation exclusives, when I was playing Uncharted, when I was playing Infamous, when I was playing like not Jack and Daxter yet, when I was playing like Fallout 3, Batman Arkham Asylum, Mortal Kombat 9, when I was playing like all this stuff, right? All of these like supposed like AAA like better than Nintendo titles. There was this like sinking realization like after I'd blown like $800 on all this shit that like, this isn't as good as the stuff I was already playing on my Wii for a significantly lower price. And like, I just went back to gaming on Wii. I discovered Little King Story, Wario Land Shake It, like Pandora's Tower, like all this great stuff around that time period. But like the PS3 was like a complete trash console, and nobody wanted to admit it. Nobody wanted to like even talk about it. Like it was always like the superior choice for superior gamers, right? Like it was always the hardcore gaming machine, and that feeling like extended into the PS4 era, even though like they had even less games. And now with the PS5 era, they have no games at all, and they're also doing things that they've never really done before, I think, ever. Suicidal business moves, I think. They are raising prices. That's right. Biden's economy is so terrible that PlayStation has felt the need to raise prices like in certain in certain markets in order to keep making money. Like they've raised it like what, like by 50 bucks, I think, in most regions. Like it's weird that they did this. Like I don't understand how they ever thought this would go over well, since Microsoft confirmed they wouldn't be doing the same thing, and Nintendo confirmed they're just gonna like shrink their packaging or something to cut down on costs. Like you're not getting a price cut from the Switch for the Switch anytime soon, but you're also not getting like a price raise. But the PS5, a console that already has an extremely bad reputation, to its extremely poor lineup of games, to its extremely poor hardware and like decisions of the people manufacturing this stuff, you're expected to pay more for it? Are you joking? Like, why would anyone ever do that? Like, if I was considering buying a PS5, I would immediately just turn around and get an Xbox. Right? That is not like that is not something you do. A business does well if it wants to retain its customer base. All right, like that's something that's alienating. That's going to be alienating to a lot of different markets, especially Japan. Japan's not going to like that at all. But this is another sign, I think, that PlayStation is on the way out, right? They're making all these crazy mistakes. They're not putting things out on time. Like the days of people declaring stuff like God of War 2018 as one of the best games of the year, I think they're over, right? We saw this happen with Forbidden West, right? Where Horizon Zero Dawn was like promoted as being like a Breath of the Wild killer, like something bigger than Zelda, and then it just kind of vanished off the map when the sequel came out. It was pathetic, right? Like Elden Ring like destroyed Horizon. Like Elden Ring's trash, but Horizon's like not even that. Like Horizon is just pure shit, right? Forbidden West was just was destroyed by everything else that came out this year. Like people don't even know it came out, honestly. Um I I feel like God of War Ragnarok is probably Sony's one last chance to have like one big last hurrah before everything collapses. I feel like God of War Ragnarok is probably like their equivalent to Platinum Games' Bayonetta 3, where like a lot of naive motherfuckers who don't have kids of their own are really looking forward to this to project their masculinity onto Kratos. Like, oh man, I could totally have sex with like 12 girls at once. Like if I just press the circle button hard enough, I could do them all. Like that's the mindset of the average God of War fan, right? Like, oh man, I would do Aphrodite and her two handmaidens, like which happens in God of War 3, by the way. Haven't played it. I have no idea what that's actually like, but I know it happens. Like and I know it was a joke at one point too, but like the fact that it actually happens is like, holy fucking shit, what were they thinking? Like I don't know why that kind of thing isn't made fun of more. To be completely bluntly honest with you, it's just, huh, really? But yeah, like outside of God of War Ragnarok, which is going to lose Game of the Year to Elden Ring, which also doesn't deserve to go Game of the Year. The Game of the Year goes to Legends Arceus, I think. Um, Other than after God of War Ragnarok, they're not going to have anything to demonstrate. They're not going to have anything to show off. There's not going to be any recovery from this. It's over. And I'm curious just how long it's going to take until the general public like feels the same way I do. Like I'm imagining like they might put out a PS6, but it's going to be an even bigger disaster than the PS5, and they're going to have to stop because like there is no demand for new pieces of hardware anymore, right? Like I was keeping my Xbox for streaming purposes. Like I was using Crunchyroll on it. Today I realized that Crunchyroll actually runs better on my Switch. Like the menus are better. The the service loads faster. Like there's no like endless buffering like there is on Xbox. Like I don't understand why like these problems haven't been fixed on Xbox, but on Switch they're non-existent. So I'm just gonna stick to streaming it on my Switch from now on, right? Like once I find something that I move on to an alternative that can run Amazon Prime Video, and there's a lot of alternatives. I could technically do it on my PC if I wanted to, but once I find an alternative to that, I won't have any use for my Xbox, right? Like there will be no using the Xbox in the foreseeable future. Like I will be going pure Nintendo and like pure PC for video editing and like occupation purposes. Like I won't be gaming on my PC, but like I don't understand how anybody thinks Sony is doing well. Like I don't understand how they can pull stuff like this and you still have people defending them. Like I'm seeing like certain individuals blame Jim Ryan, the CEO specifically, but like it's the entire company. That there is no they've built up a mountain of shit and now they have to lie in it.